So we heard that some of the items they took from the Prime Minister, they are returning them. They are yet to send out any indictment. The one that we saw, I think last week, where they now said that it has something to do with a charge on the use of a name like Masters of Law, something like that. We understood that that is not true. There's no charge like that. Maybe some nonsensical press inside Finland, those that hate us and hate our Prime Minister, working inside Finland, they are the one that published that, and we're told to just neglect that, because all of us were waiting on Monday for Finland to charge our Prime Minister for the Master of Law case. We didn't see anything, area of any indictment or anything, because we know our Prime Minister didn't do anything wrong. He is doing exactly what we are doing. All the killings that the Southeast and South delegitimized governors are doing, that is what our Prime Minister Simon Ekpa was preventing. That is what Nnamdikanu was preventing. And the whole world have seen how Finland took away our Prime Minister. And within that period, hundreds of innocent Biafrans have been murdered by Christopher Musa and Tinubu using the reintegrated terrorists that they imported into the Nigeria territory. That is what is going on. And that is something that Biafrans have risen up and said, no more. So we are still waiting for Finland to accuse the Prime Minister of anything. They've held our Prime Minister, going to almost 3 months, 90 days. He did not commit any crime. But from what Finland has done, we have now discovered there is a history of what Finland is doing to suppress Christians, to suppress freedom of speech, and to destroy innocent Biafrans using the globalist agenda which Finland is part of right now. That is what Finland is doing. Prime Minister Simon Ekpa has not committed any crime. You put him away now, going to 3 months, because you partner with Nigerian state, a terrorist state that have very, very low score and record in human rights. Finland is now part of that. That is exactly what they are doing. How else could one explain holding our Prime Minister for almost 90 days without indicting him yet? You isolate him. You want to break him psychologically. And you think we are just going to sit down and watch you and your cohorts in Nigeria. Your cohorts in Nigeria, they will get it real hard. It's a promise. It's a promise. Because at the end of the day, we know this battle between Nigeria and Finland and Biafra, we are going to see how it's going to end up. So we heard that some of the items they took from the Prime Minister, they are returning them. They are yet to send out any indictment. The one that we saw, I think last week, where they now said that it has something to do with a charge on the use of a name like Masters of Law, something like that. We understood that that is not true. There's no charge like that. Maybe some nonsensical press inside Finland, those that hate us and hate our Prime Minister, working inside Finland, they are the one that published that, and we're told to just neglect that, because all of us were waiting on Monday for Finland to charge our Prime Minister for the Master of Law case. We didn't see anything. And again, what Finland is doing is unacceptable. We have those innocent Biafrans that they picked up with our Prime Minister. They are still in bondage in Finland. Those innocent individuals can still not use their bank account, can still not get a job, can still not do so many things inside Finland. And some of them, they have their name on the terrorist list by the Finland government. How can you put somebody's name in a terrorist list and you've not even indicted that person as a terrorist? What country does that? You've not gone through the normal process of law. You've not proven that these innocent Biafrans, that they are terrorists. You, Finland government, you went and put the name of these innocent Biafrans under the terrorist list. Why should you do that? And you think the world does not know what you are doing? You think Donald Trump does not know what you are doing? You've not charged somebody as a terrorist. Now you put the name anywhere they go in Finland, anything they seek for is being denied because the Finland government has put their name on the terrorist list without even indicting them. How can we say the world, we want to make the world a better place, when we have country leaders that are criminals, criminalizing innocent citizens, and they are the heads of governments? And you think you will go free?
For people, as you're watching, don't forget to touch a hand for subscribe button, like and spread this message all over the world, and do well to touch a hand for notification bell. So then whenever we upload a new video, you'll be the first person to be notified. Don't go anywhere. Let's watch it unfold. Yes, an injustice for one is an injustice for all. Don't forget that our Prime Minister Simon Ekpa is on the way, coming back. No doubt. Let's go in there and watch it unfold. The truth must be preached. We must preach the gospel of Biafra. Yes, let's go in there and watch it unfold.
As soon as anybody believes, very soon our Prime Minister will join us. You know, in recent days, our Prime Minister have been restricted by the Finnish authority, pending the allegations that Biancolo brought to the Finnish authority about the killings in the southeast, which all these Nigerian terrorist governments cannot come and defend up to today. So I just want to tell Biafrans that they should be patient with the Finnish authority. The Finnish authority has not sold out. The Finnish authority are doing wonderfully well, and whatever they are doing it in our own favor. And I'll explain this to you. Now, you know, they've been weighty allegations over our Prime Minister, even from other European countries that I wouldn't want to mention their names. Those allegations was that if Simon Ekpa continues, that the whole, you know, most things that they use in Europe is being gotten from Africa, most especially Nigeria. So that Europe will be at tricks of this and at tricks of that and all of that. So what now happened was that when Biancolo wrote that petition, it was a very good time for our Prime Minister to be questioned. And so when they invited the Prime Minister of the Biafran Republic government in exile, which is Master Simon Ekpa, when they invited him, the Nigerian terrorist government kept sending petition upon petition that they should investigate him for the killings, for the deeds, for the that. And at the end of the day, Biafrans, I must tell you people this, the same Nigerian terrorist government has not been able to come to Finland, not even one person. And up to today, Biafrans, they have not recorded any crime that the Prime Minister have committed. But the reason why they are allowing this process to take effect is so that when our Prime Minister comes out, no country on this earth, not even Nigeria, will call them for anything again. Because you see, all the petition that was submitted by the Nigerian terrorist government cannot be defended by the same Nigerian terrorist government. So you could see that there's been a lot of manipulation, trying to manipulate. That's why they said, oh, bring him back to Nigeria so that we can try him. Because the Finnish authorities know that there is nothing like trial in Nigeria. Is just persecution that happens in Nigeria, just as they are doing to nnamdikanu today. So they know all these things. Now, madam, my condolences goes out to you. And what the woman said that pained me, is that she has 4 children. One of those child is a boy, and that is the only boy that provides for the home. Where am I going to start from? And you see, so madam, and she was even telling me that if she wants our Prime Minister to come out today, that she cannot bear it, otherwise she will die. I said, madam, I'm not the one that is restricting him from coming to speak to Biafrans. It is the investigation that they must carry out to actually make sure that if he comes out, no country on this earth will call Finland, because he's a high-profile person in Finland, and they can't just overlook some certain things because the law works for everybody, not like in Nigeria that the law does not work. So, and you see, the same Nigerian governments, when they asked them for some certain evidence, the same Nigerian government rushed and said, oh, they will provide some evidence in 5 months' time. But you call this guy a terrorist. You said he was disturbing the whole of the Southeast. So all these things, the Finnish authority knows everything that is happening. So, and they just want to take their time to investigate every single thing that the Nigerian terrorist governments brought to their table. And I'm telling you, Biafrans, we are winning this case. And at the end of the day, Biafra will be free from the shackles of the Nigerian governments. Thank you, and may God bless you all.
This matter, the first foundation to lay is that Nigeria is not a united country, despite all the pretenses. We are North South since 1914. It has not changed. The North, at the flip of a switch, they are able to shout Northern interest.
There is this horrible allegation that the governor of Enugu State, Peter Mba, has paid a huge sum of 30 billion through a proxy to a Mafu community in Enugu State to allow the Fulani settlement. But the community refused, that they don't want this money because they don't want the Fulanis to settle. And there is a horrible allegation that Mba connived with the military to ask the Fulanis to invade the community. Let's follow this video to understand this allegation. Hello, good morning everyone. Happy Sunday. Thanks for joining me in this video. Today is 16th day of February 2025. The indigenous people of Biafra, known as IPOB, alleged that Governor Peter Mba paid the sum of 30 billion naira to some leaders of Eha Amofu community for them to release their communal lands for Fulani settlements. Now, the IPOB has warned Enugu governor over this plot to allocate this land for Fulani settlement. I want us to look into the prevailing circumstances that led to, questioning people's settlement in some parts of Nigeria. Normally, I don't think if someone want to settle here, it's supposed not to be issue about the settlement of a particular people. But with the prevailing circumstances, with the history and what we are seeing, the reality on ground today, whenever these Fulanis want to settle in your community, there is this fear, tension that will rise, because you know the next thing. The next thing is that it's either you'll be faced with kidnapping, you'll be faced with killing, you'll be faced with terrorist attack, you'll be faced with, community grabbing, taking over the community from you. These are the things we just see, okay? That is why a lot of people are afraid. They don't really want these people. Wherever they are, this is causing trouble. And the alleged payment of 30 billion naira by Peter Mba to this community, for them to just allow the Fulani to settle, is questionable. Because why is it that when it comes to the southern part of the country, majority, especially when it comes to the southeast, okay, I have to say it, when it comes to the southeast, majority of their politicians, especially their governors, they are so interested, they want to get involved about the Fulani settlement in their area. Why? What is the issue? What is the problem? Your people are there in the north. They struggle to pay for rent. They pay for land. They pay for everything. Everything they do, they pay for it. That is how it's supposed to be. If Fulani want to come to settle to do business, they should come, buy land, pay for whatever you want to pay. But the issue of going to, for them to just allocate center for them is not palatable. The Igbos will integrate into the community, live with the people. But Fulani will like to live in the bush.
What a wonderful question, the anchor of this great platform. First and foremost, I want to say, Simon Ekpa has come out to say, or has outlined countless times, that he said that the Nigerian government cannot win Biafra with a barrel of gun for the second time. Now when he said that, Nigerian government cannot win Biafra with a barrel of gun, it means that nobody needs to die for them to exit Nigeria. Now, Ojogun fought Biafra in a different dimension. Now, nnamdikanu did it via his own dimension. So Ekpa is taking it globally. And now, we've seen world body recognize Biafra. We've seen the UN and then some other global body have come out to endorse the biafra struggle. So kudos to him. It is a plus. Some persons have come out to say that Simon Ekpa should be discredited, the likes of Ohanes Ndigbo and that of the southeastern governors. But my question is that you said Simon Ekpa should not be taken serious. Then who should be taken serious? The government who is not willing to protect our people? Is it the people who have refused to speak up when the Igbo man has been marginalized in the country? Is it the same governors who have become a tools in the hands of their Fulani master? So for you to even have a character like Simon Ekpa and nnamdikanu to have come out to say enough is enough, that we are tired of this contraption called one Nigerians. It shows that these people have this mindset that see they can no longer be the slave. So for him to have even gone as far as to hire lobbyists that will speak on behalf of Biafra in the world in the UN summit, to me it's a plus, and that alone the voice of Biafrans will be heard globally, and the voice of an Igbo man is also being heard globally. Now let me take it back the line. When Southern Sudan and South Sudan wanted parted ways, nobody killed each other. Nobody go through the route of violence. It was done amicably. So Simon Ekpa is doing it amicably for him to convince world leaders that this thing is possible, and why the government of the day, the present government of Nigeria, are not seeing it that way. Thank you. You can also to the government, to the Nigerian government, be worried about this. Why would they be worried? The same people have sent assassins to kill Simon Ekpa. Now only he has escaped. So see, one thing about it is that the government of the day, they are panicking. There's panic. You know what it is now? Say a particular tribe or a major tribe to exit your country. You know how an Igbo man is. You know the investment of an Igbo man is in the country. Now imagine in Nigeria without an Igbo man. Let's just imagine that. I mean, dominance. That means the Hausa man would now dominate virtually every government parastatals in Nigeria. So now the reason why the Igbo man is still believe that's Nigeria is because the Igbo man is still in the contraption called Nigeria. But eventually, if the Igbo man leaves, my brother, the Yoruba man will know the true meaning of Nigeria, and then we now know who owns Nigeria. Just like what Angobula said, he said they are not scared of the Igbos parting, exiting Nigerians. That was what he said. He said they are not scared. Indirectly, that means the other tribe would not have sense of belonging in the country, and we know it. I know it too. And every normal man now has the spirit of dominance. You cannot dominate him. If Fulani man has the spirit of dominance, for you to dominate him, it will take ages. In terms of population, you cannot dominate them. So one thing is that Ojukwu foreseen this whole thing. That was why he championed this biafra struggle. And now, gradually, it is now becoming a reality in this contraction called Nigeria. Now, there are some Igbo men are even tired of the system called Nigeria, just because they feel their brother is still in president. Now, my brother, I can bet you, come 2027, the Yorubas will be championing the Republic more than the Igbo man. I can bet you that. That I am very certain of. Yes, we will championing because it is certain when their president, when their brother is being kicked away for the presidency. Already there is a plot, and which he himself cannot escape. The president himself knows that there's a plot, and then the big shots in the north are formed alliance. You know it. RFI, a powerful influence in the north, is not in the league. Sorry, is not in good terms with the president. And now nobody can take that factor. What RFI did. Honestly, that made President Tinubu emerge as the president via his own influence. And then we have also the likes of Angulai, which is the chairman of the Northern Order Forum. He said, post that election, that the Northern Order Forum supported Tinubu, but come 2027, Tinubu will not get their support. So what does that mean? Now if the average left person is not giving the vote, now where will they get the vote? It just come by 2027. The same thing the universe have tagged the votes for. Now there will be the mastermind of it, because I can bet you by 2027 Yoruba will stop, and that's the slogan that will continue to trend, is that we are tired of the country, we want to follow the suit of the government and exit the country. And then the government now will not take them, tag them for being unserious, because now that the government is struggling for the exit, we are saying the government is not serious. There are claims that the government is not serious, but I can bet you when the system will not catch up with you, then you will know why the government has been championing to exit. Thank you for always coming.